Johnny Carson went full-on panic mode when this cheetah jumped on him.
Just relax.
And this scary-looking tarantula had Johnny wanting to cry.
I think I'm going to cry. What is that animal doing on my wrist?
Here are the times some of the scariest animals turned Johnny Carson's Tonight Show into pure comedy. Number 1. The 7 tiger cubs.
I don't believe that.
Fantastic.
I seem to have startled the tiger.
Our first night belongs to January 31st, 1980, when Jim Fowler strolled out with something the show had never staged before. A litter of tiger cubs billed as one of the largest ever born in captivity. 8 cubs came to that mother in all, 7 pulled through, and every one of the 7 survivors padded onto the stage that evening on loan from Marine World Africa, USA.
I better get away from Johnny's leg there now. There
Why is he doing that?
Calling them cubs undersells the situation. The one Johnny cradled already weighed close to 120 pounds, and Fowler happily noted that these babies still owned every natural claw and tooth, fully grown in and fully sharp, with adulthood promising somewhere between 500 and 600 pounds apiece.
It's all right. Put that behind your back.
Behind my back?
Yeah, right. Put it right out here in the front, Johnny.
Corralling the group called for a prop, which is where the blue object on a stick came in, handed straight to Johnny as a lure. Hold it behind your back, the instruction went, then reveal it to the tigers all at once to capture their attention and let the audience see that predatory focus up close.
But don't get too close to the tiger. That's all right, that's all right. That's all right, just relax.
Picture the host of late-night television voluntarily waving a toy at 7 young tigers, and you have the kind of controlled chaos these bits lived on. Fowler also angled the studio mirrors so the cubs could catch their own reflections, which opened a small, fascinating window into how they behaved. Underneath the laughs sat a real argument.
I want to show you the power that they have.
Captive breeding mattered, Fowler insisted, with wild tiger numbers thinning out year by year, and he pressed that message while Johnny worked very hard not to become a chew toy. Number 2. The leopard shark.
There's a shark.
That is a live shark.
Yeah. It's a little wet.
What kind of a shark is that?
It's called a leopard shark.
July 12, 1984 brought a stranger mix of guests than usual. Miss Piggy held a spot on the bill. A young Howie Mandel had a chair, and the whole country remained deep in its post-Jaws fascination with anything sporting fins and teeth. Into that room walked Dr. John McCosker, a marine biologist serious enough to have been the first trained scientist to swim with great white sharks, and he carried a live leopard shark.
Is this a dangerous kind of shark?
Sure. If you want to deal with the business end.
No.
McCosker opened with a joke. From there, he moved into the facts, explaining that leopard sharks crowd San Francisco Bay so thickly they likely outnumber every other fish in the water, and he tucked in a sly aside connecting them to a famous landmark sitting in that same bay.
Hey, would you hold this for a second?
The real moment arrived once McCosker confirmed, yes, that these sharks can turn dangerous. Rather mischievously, he passed the animal off to Howie Mandel to hold, while the good doctor stepped aside to present slides and film from his research. Anyone could see where this was heading. By the finish, the shark had grown thoroughly restless in Mandel's grip. The stage dissolved into cheerful pandemonium, and Johnny landed a perfectly dry remark about how unsafe his own line of work had suddenly become.
Shark went right for Ed. Yeah. The shark knows where a meal is.
Just when you thought it was safe to do the Tonight Show.
Right.
Number 3. Johnny jumps into Ed McMahon's arms. If a single animal moment lives forever in the Carson highlight reel, this is the one. Dated September 13, 1974. Joan Embery wheeled out 2 cheetahs in a cage, and Johnny, feeling bold that night, leaned right in toward them.
Yeah. I remember holding one of those on the show.
We'll see what we'll do. We
you don't have to get them out. No, really. No, not if they're comfortable. Don't do that.
He carried a theory into that lean, something he had picked up about how an animal reads calm, how looking it in the face and talking gently signals that you hold no fear. Out loud, he shared the theory, full of composure, easing closer to reassure the cats.
Okay.
They're speaking to you right now.
Just relax.
They...
The cheetah rejected all of it instantly, growling and swatting in the same heartbeat, and that's when Johnny vanished. A flat sprint carried him clear across the stage and straight into the arms of Ed McMahon.
The lid on the cheetah. Put the lid on.
Ed made the perfect landing spot, of course, since he served as Carson's announcer and right hand for the full run from 1962 to 1992. The booming laugh that doubled as the soundtrack of the show, now suddenly a human safety net. Few moments the program ever produced got replayed more, and the appeal is pure Johnny. All that swagger collapsing into a headlong run in under a second.
Don't bring them back again. Because they're going to get bigger than this, aren't they?
Right, they'll be going
eat
back
my
to...
face next time.
Number 4. The Alligator and the Crocodile. Jim Fowler returns on July 23, 1980, for a segment built around two reptiles and a quick lesson in telling them apart. An alligator and an American crocodile came out together, and Fowler walked Johnny through what separates the two species.
Why do they always look like they're stoned? I mean, the eyes are different. Look at the close-up. They look like, hey.
You know, people have problems with reptiles, you know?
A wider snout marks the alligator, while the crocodile earned its label as the far more dangerous of the pair. And that crocodile arrived with a strange history, having turned up in a sewage lagoon in Los Angeles after a major flood.
Hand here, he'll be all right. And I'll be right back in just a second.
Demonstrating how a person puts an alligator to sleep came next. Flip the animal onto its back, hold the tail straight to stretch the body out, rub the stomach, roll it over, and watch it wake. A tidy trick on paper. This particular alligator refused to cooperate, squirming and shifting without pause, which sent a visible ripple of nerves through Johnny. And right on cue, the crocodile bolted and went trotting across the stage on a tour of its own.
It is the only alligator I've ever seen that likes to be burped. Just like that. Petty. That's right.
Fowler held the strangest detail for last, introducing an alligator that, by his account, actually enjoyed being burped. Johnny's response to that piece of news rewards a careful watch. Number 5. The Tiger Cub and the Mountain Lion. February 20th, 1974, produced one of the most gleefully tense animal mishaps in late-night history. And credit again belongs to Joan Embery. A Siberian tiger cub and a young cougar, the mountain lion, came out at the same time. Two small predators, one Johnny, and a desk between them that suddenly felt very small. Embery handed the tiger cub over for Johnny to hold, and the thing turned out heavier and far more wired than it looked. Settling it on his lap proved impossible, because the cub started squirming and slipping, and then, working on pure instinct, it sank its claws clean through his trousers and into a decidedly sensitive area. Johnny locked in place, eyes wide with that unmistakable flavor of comic terror. He held perfectly still and feathered out a run of frantic, whispered ad-libs about the danger now facing him, and the audience came apart.
Okay, yes. Yes.
While he sat pinned to that chair, gently negotiating with the tiger, the baby cougar wandered off Embery's side and began pacing the desk. Closer and closer it crept from the flank, fixing a pointed interest on Johnny.
And Cody is the cougar that was on as a baby with all of his spots. He was just a tiny little baby with a wolf. And he's grown up.
That won't make him angry, will it?
The most powerful man in television found himself boxed between two pint-sized predators closing from two directions, unable to move a single muscle, and the picture is, frankly, perfect.
This one does have to know what a gelding is.
Number 6. The Alligator Snapping Turtle. September 7th, 1989, carries extra weight for longtime fans, because the same episode that brought out Jim Fowler's alligator snapping turtle also marked the final Tonight Show visit from the legendary James Stewart.
This is not easy. Oh.
Fowler introduced the turtle as one of the largest freshwater species in the United States, the sort you find down in the southeast across Florida and Georgia. Setting up a demonstration of how the creature feeds came next, and Fowler recruited Johnny as his assistant. The plan asked Johnny to take a stalk of celery and touch it to the turtle's tongue. Here is where the cleverness and the dread meet.
Better get that coffee over there if you don't mind, yeah.
What the hell
Well, this is alligator snapping turtle.
Tucked under that tongue sits a small, worm-like appendage, Fowler explained. A natural fishing lure, and the turtle simply rests underwater with its mouth wide open, wiggles the lure, and waits for a curious fish to swim straight in.
If you'll get that celery over there on the table. Get out of here. That's right. Now listen. Hey, don't get too close there.
Leaning toward the open mouth of a large, snapping turtle with celery in hand, Johnny carefully tried to lift the tongue and reveal that lure, while Fowler kept the animal calm and unstressed throughout. Watching the host inch a vegetable toward those jaws, all good humor laced with visible caution, delivers its own particular comedy.
How would you like to be skinny dipping in this one?
Fowler, worth remembering, routinely hauled enormous reptiles to that desk, a python north of 200 pounds among them, which made a snapping turtle feel, for him, like a gentle afternoon. Number 7. Johnny Sweet Talks, a tarantula.
I think I'm going to cry. What is that animal doing on my wrist?
We're demonstrating how it moves, but
I know how it moves. What?
November 11th, 1975 closes us out, pairing Joan Embery with a tarantula, and a segment built entirely on proving that the thing we all dread runs far less fearsome than its reputation. Skepticism crossed Johnny's face the instant he spotted the spider inside its locked glass box.
they're not as poor as most people think.
How are they?
Well,
What is he doing there? Preparing to strike?
if you don't anger them, normally
Don't
they-
anger them. What, am I going to say you're ugly or something like that?
Embery walked both the host and the audience through the truth of the creature. A tarantula is no insect at all, she pointed out. So count the legs and you arrive at 8, and these animals stay badly misunderstood, rarely aggressive toward people who leave them alone.
How do you get a tarantula angry?
Well, by blowing on it.
I'm not going to blow on you.
A bite is possible, she granted, though the result usually stings no worse than a bee or a wasp. And the truly dangerous spiders are species like the recluse and the black widow. The handling lesson followed, the safe method being a hand slipped gently under the front legs so the spider walks onto you rather than getting grabbed.
He's a good-looking tarantula. Fine-looking tarantula. Real nice. No, I'm not going to blow on you. Maybe I'm talking wrong.
By making them
Fear and all, Johnny chose to sweet-talk the thing as it climbed onto his wrist, nervously interviewing the spider about whether it planned to bite him, and by the end of the bit, the tarantula was working its way right up his arm.
it likes
He's backing
you.
up.
Likes you.
Why didn't he walk on? He's going up my arm. He's going up my arm.
Those are 7 of Johnny Carson's funniest scary animal moments, and he spun every one of those into comedy gold. The animal segment ran on The Tonight Show for 30 years, equal parts nature lesson, traveling circus, and low-grade hazard. The genius sat in the setup. Unpredictable animals, game experts, and a host who never knew what was coming and never needed to, because all Johnny had to do was react honestly in real time, the way any of us would with a cheetah swatting at our face or a tiger cub growing too comfortable on our lap. That instinct is why the clips still hold up. None of it was written, all of it simply happened in front of millions of people, to the most unflappable man on television, right up until the second he went sprinting into Ed McMahon's arms. The creatures were never really the draw. Johnny himself carried these segments. A master reactor who thrived precisely because the producers kept the bits unscripted, which meant nobody on that stage, not Johnny, not Ed, not the visiting experts, ever knew what the next 10 seconds would bring. Joan Embery, who carried most of these animals out herself, explained later that Carson wanted it exactly that way. Spontaneous, loose, flying by the seat of his pants. Anyone who grew up on these already knows dozens more wait in the vault. These 7, though, make a perfect place to begin.